Hello and welcome once again to the demo booth. My name is Ahmad Koshok. I'll be taking you through an overview of the Kong developer portal, which is part of the Kong platform. The Kong platform is used by organizations to decentralize and distribute their applications by creating APIs and microservices. The platform helps them secure these APIs and microservices and deliver them in a well-governed manner. The final component of the platform has to do with productizing these APIs and making them available for external users and consumers. Now, this is not a trivial matter. Typically, external users and consumers need a bit of assistance to quickly and easily discover the APIs that they need to use them to test them, and this is the intention of the developer portal. The key features of it is to help with this challenge of regularly and reliably publishing API specifications, allowing external users to browse and search those specifications, perhaps test them out, and finally to do their own credential management such that the overhead of this task is not a big one on those running an API gateway. So we'll take a look at a brief demonstration where we cover a couple of areas. Firstly, how easily can we publish those APIs? The faster we can publish the APIs, the more consistent and up-to-date we can keep our documentation. Therefore, we'll see how this is possible within the designer tool that we've showed before, as well as discuss how this can be automated. Secondly, we'll take a look at once those APIs have been published, how external consumers can browse them and try them out. And finally, we will also show how external consumers can manage their own credentials. Let's go ahead and go to the portal, and immediately you see that we only have one specification available to us, and right now it's branded with all the Kong colors, but of course organizations alter this all the time to suit their own needs. But let's assume we want to publish another specification. How can we do that? If you recall, the designer tool that we used previously lets us view all the specifications that we have here. From the same tool, we can publish APIs. And after we specified the parameters for connectivity to the portal, we gave the API specification a name, and let's go ahead and upload it, and we get a message that it has been successful. Let's go back to the portal to verify that our publishing has been successful. And here we are. We can see that the new specification has been published. If we want to automate this, as I mentioned, we use the command line interface to accomplish the same requirement that I accomplished using the designer here. Very well. Let's now take a look at how a developer might browse, find, locate, and try out APIs. If you take a look at the portal, we can see all the specifications that have been published here on the homepage. Of course, we can make those only available once someone has logged in. But even then, you can imagine how if we have maybe a dozen or more specifications, it can be quite cumbersome to locate the APIs that we need. This is why we have an online catalog where developers are able to search for APIs by name. For example, if I want to find something that has to do with pets, it automatically filters for me the specification that has to do with pets. We also can filter based on categories which are related to the tags within any one of the specifications. And when we do that, the same filtration mechanism allows us to zero in on the API specification that we need. Let's go ahead and try this one out. If you recall from the designer, when we were building the specifications, we had a preview. Notice how this looks identical to the preview that we saw. External developers are also able to try out the APIs. So let's do that here for one of the APIs. And this is purely an example so that the developers can see what the response that they will get back is. But they also are able to have a code generated for them so that they may try this in their own applications. This is convenient for external developers because it makes their job that much easier. And of course, we can here support other languages on demand. Now let's take a look at how developers may also manage their own credentials so that they do not become a burden every time they need to create a new API key. Let me log into my own account and show you how I do that. As you can see in my homepage, I have the ability to create one or more credentials that I will use to access services that I'm entitled to. So in this case, I will simply create an API key, and I can use this key in my own application, and I can definitely delete this key. You may also notice how I have access to some more information and some more documentation that wasn't available to a developer that logs into the portal. So let me exit out of here. Very well, so we covered 3 features in the developer portal: how we can publish APIs both manually and automatically, and how this improves the quality with documentation by keeping it up to date; how external developers are able to easily locate APIs so that they can get to run their applications faster rather than asking for support and help; and finally, once again, how can they can manage their own credentials so that they don't become a burden on the operators of the Kong platform every time they want to alter an API key or other credential mechanism they have. And that is all. Thank you so much for watching this brief demonstration, and I wish you much success as you use the Kong platform. Goodbye.